television.
Right.
But some of them just didn't fit, and I was like, why is that the choice that's being made? What is happening right now?
Yeah,
But
like I understood, like the curse words they got around easily. Like they did a lot. They did really well with getting around the curse words because they're easy curse words to get around. You know, it was an F bomb here or saying shit here. Like it wasn't that big of a deal. But
Shit was
right.
an easy one. They just put it.
Yeah.
yeah,
It was great.
Or
Sure.
they say damn.
Didn't even have to change the rhyme.
Yeah, they said damn instead of fuck or something like that. Like it was wording like that I understood. But
Yeah.
you're right.
There's others that just were like, really? That's necessary? I don't think so.
No, I agree with you. So I have, because I was having, like I said, I wrote down a lot of things under positives. I have 2 honorable mentions that I just want to throw out there just for conversation purposes. The set, I love the set. I know Rob is saying he had issues with the set. I thought it was fantastic for what they were trying to do, and it was such a big space. Like I didn't realize how big it was until they like zoomed in past where they were to go into You're Okay Honey. I'm like, wow, this is a big set.
Yeah.
Yeah, the space
No, I
was
like
big.
the set too.
Yeah.
I liked the set. I didn't like how they used it some of the time, like in why can't I think of the title? The End of the Millennium. What's the title of the song?
Oh, What You Want.
Oh, You're What You Own.
What You Own. Yeah. Roger and Mark were more like it felt like a concert instead of a show. Because they were
really
up
did
on
turn
that little
into a
runway
concert.
things, like playing to that live audience on the floor. And it made the stage seem more like a rock band concert instead of a Broadway show
Yeah,
playing
that was
to a
the
bigger
song.
audience.
I will never say a bad thing of What You Own because that was one of my all-time favorite songs. But
Oh, yeah.
when they stage dove, I'm like, what? What are you doing? I loved it, but it was weird.
My daughter walked out of the room and I'm like, they're stage diving. She's like, why?
It was funny though, and then but if you watch the end of What You Want, I think Em, if you go through it again, you can see where he gets hurt. You can see his foot get hurt when he's going up.
Really?
Up. If you watch him, they get out of the crowd and then they jump on that thing that goes back up on the set. He hit his foot right there, and you can see him looking at his foot at the end of the song. Like you can see him like, oh shit, what did I do? So
All right.
yeah, I noticed it because me and Mandy were looking for it, so I was like, oh, there it is. And
Was there a reason that they changed the year from 1989 to 1991?
I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, I thought that because yeah, there was no. Well, I think I discussed this on the show back at the very beginning of Notice that on the Broadway show there is no year, and then
Yeah,
the
it never
movie,
says it.
The movie brought in 1989, 1990, and then this brings us to 1991, 1992, which I don't really know why.
Because he actually says December 24th, 1991
Right.
in the very beginning.
And then he also says right before Over the Moon, he says the end of 1991, like during his he's trying to be a newsman, which I thought was great. Like he's setting it up the Over the Moon performance, and he says the end of 1991. I'm like, okay, sure, why not? Let's go with it.
And did you guys catch the SantaCon Santas? I mean, they were hard to miss. But
Yes, I did catch that. That was very funny.
I did not need those.
No, that was unexpected. I didn't know. And finally, of course, we ended the whole show with the grand finale of Seasons of Love. And when we got to the end, I'm just going to tell this story real fast because I've been very open in the show. When they started going into finale B, we're live and everyone's singing and everyone's going crazy. And then they all start doing the group thing, and I am starting to crying again because I'm getting really emotional. And then Jonathan Larson's picture pops up on the screen.
Oh, yeah, that made it so much worse for me. I was in tears.
I completely lost it. I'm smiling, but I'm crying. Like, I'm completely bawling in tears. And then the cast comes out. And I'm like, oh, my God. And we
There
break
was
into
such a
scenes of
huge
love.
difference in the performance when they went live,
Yeah.
which is
So-
what like kind of sold the deal for me back when I kept saying it's a rehearsal. They're not really performing. Like you could see the drastic difference in the performance when we got to the point where they were actually live. And that's the part that had me in tears.
Yeah, and so me and Mandy are watching it in the living room. CJ was hanging out with his papa on the computer, and he comes in, and I am bawling. Like I am
Oh, God.
crying, and staring at the TV. They're singing "Seasons of Love," and I'm bawling. And he looks, he's like, "Are you okay?" And then Mandy looks at him like, "He's fine. Just come back in a few minutes."
He's fine.
Man.
It's rent.
Exactly. So, Rob, the end, and Emily jumped in. Rob, your thoughts on the end of all this?
I loved when the original cast came in, especially because they had some that like weren't in the movie.
Yeah,
Which was
I saw
great.
Daphne, and I was like, "Oh my god, they brought everybody here!" And they let Jesse have a lead, and I lost it. So, especially because I see him every week on The Flash, so
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
yay! So, I that was an amazing ending. So, overall, which I want to see if we can get a little bit of a 5-star rating out of this. Emily, out of 5, where do you put this?
Oh, don't make me go first.
Okay. Rob, out of 5, you go first.
No. Okay. All right. I'll go. I don't want to go first. Go ahead, Rob.
Okay. So out of 5. Overall, I'd say it's only like a 2 to 3 for me.
Okay.
But I like that it happened, and I like that it might do something for Rent elsewhere, because Rent is currently on tour.
Yes.
You know, I want to see it. It's coming again in I think May, and I want to see it one more time.
I will.
I think the positives are good, and there are reasons for some of the negatives, as we said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. I can't go 5 because Grease Live is 5. I can't go that high. I can't. I'm gonna go with a 4 because I really, really enjoyed it. But there are a lot of faults. There are a lot of issues. There's a lot of problems. But I really, really enjoyed it. So I'm going to go with a 4. But like Rob said, this is something important. We saw Rent on Fox. Like,
Yeah.
That's a big deal. And this is leading to Hair in a few months. I still can't believe that's happening.
I don't know how that.
I don't know how they're going to pull that off. But how did they pull Rent off? So they, weirder things have happened already.
But they're not naked in Rent.
True.
So
They just have to frame the cameras just right.
Yeah, that's true.
By the way, Rob, were you the one that was on the show that commented about the wardrobe? Were you the one on the show that said that they should change the wardrobe, like bring in different outfits, and they did that finally for this show? So are you happy about that?
Yes, well, some of them, a few, like Mimi's outfits were almost like a couple of her outfits were like the exact same thing I've seen before. But some of them, they were actually different. I was, yay!
There you go.
They did something.
So I stalled enough. Emily, go ahead.
All right, I love this show. This show has a special place in my heart. It always will. I want to rate it higher than I know I should. I want to be in that 4.5, 5 rating area, but I can't. I just can't. I don't even know that I can go as high as a 4. I would have to go with a 3.5 out of 5. And for all the reasons that we said, I still think it was a poor decision to air the dress rehearsal. I think they should. I think the audience, and I think I would feel differently if they aired the live concert that was performed. Even if we didn't get what we thought we were going to get, I still think it would have been better because it was a real performance. And I know I'm hung up on that, but like that bothers me so much. And they had this they kept saying, the spirit of Rent, so the performance must go on. But it really didn't to us. It did for the live audience, yes. But for us, it didn't. You just aired what you practiced the day before.
When did the injury happen?
During What You Own.
No, I know in the show. I mean, like it was on Saturday, right?
The night before.
Saturday night.
Yeah.
So they had a day to make this decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it was Fox that made the decision not to, because they did perform. They performed that night. They performed a concert. All the footage I've seen from that is unbelievable. That I would give a 4.5 at least. What I've seen.
Emily, I have a question for you.
I want to watch that now.
I have a question.
I've only seen one clip.
Me and Mandy were going back and forth about this watching this. I think there's a happy median. If you aired the tape stuff with Roger, but then you went live for like Take Me or Leave Me or I'll Cover You or songs that he's not involved in.
Right.
Why
Like
didn't
that-
they do that? Like,
Well,
Mandy
he
brought
also
that
doesn't
up.
dance much.
No,
Well,
he sits
yeah.
the
He could have
whole
been
show.
sitting a lot.
I agree.
They,
but
they
like,
very
if they-
easily could have reworked the blocking
Agreed.
to have him sitting.
Like they
There's
did during
a
Finale
thousand
B.
things they could have done.
Yeah, I agree.
And from what I've seen that they did do at that concert, they had like a TV setup to show what the blocking would have been. I would have even been happy with that. I thought they were just going to do pre-recorded for his scenes. I thought they were going to do exactly what you guys said.
That's what me and Mandy
and
were
everything
thinking.
else would be live. But
Yeah. I would have been cool with. That would have been interesting. You jump back and forth. The live logo can come up on top of the screen because he wasn't in the whole show. He's not
Right.
in the whole show. So like,
And they could even announce at the beginning he hurt his foot. That's why he's got a thing on his foot. We're not going to explain it in the show. Move
right,
right. Yeah.
exactly. Something else they could have done. But again, I understand where they're coming from. But there were other ways around it.
on. Yeah.
And I mean, I'm sorry, but being someone that even like directs musical theater for a living, granted not like famously, how do you not understudy the main role?
True. NBC
Yes.
doesn't either. NBC apparently does not do that either. I found that out through everything that was going on. They didn't understudy on Grease. They didn't understudy on Jesus Christ Superstar. That's two different networks. So it's the same thing.
I think
on
it's
both networks.
possible. It's probably got to do with contracts because they're they're hyping that these are the people that are going to be performing.
Yeah, they
don't
use
hype
them to
your
promote it.
understudies. Right. So I guess that's probably why. But like still, I don't know. That just really bothered me. The fact that they chose to air the dress rehearsal rather than that. But again, going back to what you guys said, it's still Rent. It's still Rent being aired. It's still, it introduces it to a whole new generation of kids. I'm a teacher, so that's the thing that's going to stick with me.
True.
You
Very
know.
True.
And if both versions are on DVD, that'll be a good DVD.
Right.
Yes,
And
that I will buy that the day it comes out.
Rob, why do I have this feeling? And this is me as an MMX host. Why do I
Yeah.
have this feeling I'm bringing this show back for season 2 when that DVD comes out? I have a weird feeling I'm going to do that.
DVD comes out, another special episode.
Yeah, I have a few, or I might like do season 2 and go through that. I have a weird feeling I might end up doing that in 2020.
Oh, that could be good.
Yeah.
And then you could talk about the differences in the two versions of this too.
Exactly. We could have fun with that. But that'll be 2020. So let's get out
Well,
of
if
here.
you guys watched,
Go ahead.
watch nothing else, watch the "I'll Cover You" reprise from, and I think it is on Broadway World. I'm
Yes.
almost positive that's where I got it from. It will make Blake. It'll make you cry for sure. Rob, I
Okay.
don't know you that well, so I can't say.
That song will usually make me cry.
That show
And I've seen some
always
great
makes
people
me cry.
perform it.
And I don't want to give it away, but this is the performance that I wanted to see. So
Right.
watch that, and you will feel a lot better.
Fair enough.
Cool.
Fair enough. So, Emily, you don't have anything to plug, so I can't even say go plug something.
No,
So-
this is my podcast debut. I've never done this before in my life.
And Em, you did a fantastic job.
Thanks. Sometimes I talk over you and I feel bad, but
That's fine. we do it all the time. Rob, you have stuff you have to plug, so go for it.
Yeah, I got Dave Made a Minute, or we looked at Dave Made a Maze. That one finished last week at the time of this recording. And Michael Myers Minute, looking at the original Halloween, which ends in a couple weeks at the time of this recording. So those might both be done by the time anyone hears this. I don't know when this is going up.
Friday. This is going up Friday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That one will still exist. Well, they'll
Yeah.
both still exist. And then next up, I'm going The Room Minute, which a bunch of people are horrified by.
Of
So that's
course
going to
they
be fun.
Well, I am actually obviously on the Blake and Sal Show. People are hearing this on that show as well, but on the No Days feed, the Blake and Sal Show, here our full show. We're going to be discussing the Royal Rumble and other stuff over there. Clerks Minute Beyond, a little announcement here. Originally, that was supposed to end in a couple of weeks. Well, we had some scheduling issues because of the weather. So, starting today, it's Friday when people are hearing this, go over to Clerks Minute Beyond, and I got some friends of mine over at Whatever It Takes, another show on our network, and they're letting us air